With students around the country due to sit the NAPLAN tests next week, it seems a growing number of parents are forking out large sums of money on private tutoring. News Limited reports parents are paying up to $800 a month to ensure their child is prepared for the test.
Kids in years 3, 5, 7 and 9 will sit the annual assessment throughout next week. And to talk about it this morning, we're joined by 7 journalist Adine Cassidy and broadcaster Jason Jabba Davis. Good morning, guys.
Morning, guys.
Adine, $800 on private tutoring. It seems like a lot. Are we putting too much stress on the kids?
I think so. It's tiger parenting. I mean, they're talking about year 3 students. In year 3, they should be enjoying school. You should be letting them learn at their own pace. I just think they're under so much pressure anyway, and they put themselves under a lot of pressure these days at school, more so than I think what we did. And then to provide them with extra tutoring and expect them to, you know, perform in year 3, I just think it's too much. Way
Jabba,
too much.
Yeah, testing and assessments of students, I mean, they're important, but do you think they're being taken too seriously?
Not really. I've got kids that are 17, 13 and 6, and my 6-year-old yesterday started learning ukulele, and she came home and she said to her, "Mum, I love learning." So I think, you know, kids have a natural thirst for learning, and the more, you know, learning opportunities you can give them, the better. The issue for me here is what the school curriculum is and how it's obviously not on a level playing field where some parents are able to afford something like $800 to tutor their kids, specifically for NAPLAN, and other people can't afford, so where does it leave their kids?
Is ukulele an HSC subject?
I believe so. I'm just hoping she's going to fast forward to the X Factor and I'm going to have to work again. So no pressure, Ruby. You know, 10 minutes a day.
Get it picked up in the karaoke.
Let's see what our viewers are saying on Facebook. Melissa says, if this was a universal test, then it would matter. But it's not. So stop stressing so much and let them have some fun, which is what I think.
Rhiannon says this is over the top. The amount of stress is no good for anyone, so why are we subjecting our children to it? Well, former Victoria's Secret model Tyra Banks has lashed out at the lingerie powerhouse after her suggestions to appear as a surprise guest on the catwalk were rejected. The model claims she is being discriminated against because of her age, questioning if 40 is considered too old for modelling underwear. Adine, Tyra was told viewers prefer to see newer models walking the catwalk rather than the V word, veterans. Do you think age is a problem here?
I hope it's not, because if I looked like that at 40, which I am 40, I would want to model in my underwear. And I think, yeah, it's discriminatory. I mean, look at her. She's amazing. Who wants to just see these young, skinny girls all the time? I think she looks great. Let's celebrate women in their 40s, especially if they look like that.
Jabba?
I'm just watching the footage, if that's all right. I'll just continue just to be quiet, be silent and watch that. Look, I think women in undies of all ages is appropriate. Lady Godiva, I think, was getting around on a horse until the age of 83.
Right.
Cleopatra, though, did pass away at 39, so maybe back then, you know, turning 40 was not really cool. Interestingly, Jennifer Aniston got down to her undies in a recent film called We're the Millers. She looked pretty sensational in some undies in a scene there where she had to pretend to be a stripper in the film. So I don't think it's age. I think it's Tyra Banks is probably a bit of a whack job, and they didn't want to work with her.
Is it funny? I was sitting here thinking exactly the same
I'm glad
thing.
I'm not alone there.
No,
Thank you,
I think
Tyra
Tyra Banks is probably a bit of a whack job, and all right.
So she's using age as an excuse.
Yeah. She's hard work.
Women in their 40s are hot.
Right, let's get to this. This is great. A Sydney taxi driver has found a way of making long commutes more interesting. He set up a karaoke machine inside the cab. Since installing the $3,000 machine 4 months ago, the taxi driver has become a hit with commuters. This is awesome. Adine, love it so much.
I love it. I just hope that I'm never in that after a few champagnes, because I'm really bad at karaoke. Very bad. But I love it. I think it's great. What a genius.
Jabba, I can understand why it's a hit with the commuters, but like if you're the cabbie and you have to listen to that, like what's he thinking?
Yeah, well, I think earplugs is probably it. Oh, it looks actually in that footage whether there's a screen between him and the back people.
Less bulletproof, more soundproof.
It's either that or people vomiting in the back of his cab.
I think the issue is when someone starts singing Nickelback and you have to pull over and get out and, you know, kick them out of the car.
It's when it gets dangerous when the cab driver likes the song and his chair spins around. That's dangerous. And he's going backwards. Adine and Jabba, thank you very much, guys. I want us to catch that taxi.
I want it too.
Get that taxi for us right now.
Where is he? He's overseas, though, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
Even better.
No, he's in Sydney.
In Sydney?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Send your number in. We all want to.
You've got a spare cab charge from the Logies that you didn't use because you jumped in my cab. So we'll use that.
It's Sydney. It is in Sydney too. That's
You're good at
Get him.
karaoke, aren't you, Carl?
I'm excellent. Just ask me. Thank you, Jabba. Thank you, Rizzo. Thanks.
That's where all good conversations should end, where I'm excellent at karaoke. That's it. Thanks, guys.
Of course I am. Just ahead, what would Will think? Willow Smith's risque photo on bed with an older man.
Getting that